Have you ever been struck by the profound and unsettling feeling that the life you are living isn't really yours? It's not a loud, obvious crisis, but a quiet, persistent hum of inauthenticity beneath the surface of your daily actions. It feels as if you are an actor on a stage, meticulously following a script that was handed to you. A script written by the expectations of your parents, the norms of your teachers, the pressures of your friends, and the invisible hand of society. Deep down, something inside you, a buried part of your soul, is screaming that something is fundamentally wrong. You wake up each day, put on the same mask you wore the day before, and perform your duties. You fulfill your obligations, navigate your social interactions, and smile at all the right moments, projecting an image of stability and contentment. But then, silence finally arrives. In the car on the way home, in the shower, or in the dead of night, that deeply uncomfortable question emerges from the depths. Who am I? Really? The pioneering psychologist Carl Jung believed that this feeling of disconnection is not a random psychological quirk or a sign of failure. On the contrary, it is a critical symptom of a deep-seated problem that almost no one has the courage to truly face. Most people go through their entire lives without ever knowing their true, authentic selves. They limit their existence to playing social roles, embodying manufactured identities, and chasing imposed expectations. The worst part? They believe that this superficial performance is all there is to life. They die without ever having truly known their own soul. And now comes the most important question of all. Is this happening to you? That thing you call yourself, your personality, your desires, your beliefs, how much of it is truly yours, and how much was simply placed there by others? Since childhood, you have been expertly conditioned to fit in. You learned, through praise and punishment, which parts of you were acceptable and which needed to be hidden away. Perhaps you were taught to always be polite, to never raise your voice, to suppress your anger in favor of being agreeable. Or maybe the script you were given was one of strength, that you had to be a pillar, hide your weaknesses, and project unwavering confidence even when you were filled with doubt. Unbeknownst to you, you began to meticulously shape an identity not from your core, but as a reflection of what the world demanded. Jung called this intricate social mask the persona. It is the carefully curated face you present to the world. It's the professional, competent version of you at work, the fun, easygoing version with friends, the dutiful, respectful version with your family. The persona is not inherently bad. It is a necessary tool for social interaction. Without it, we would struggle to function in a complex society. The great danger, however, emerges when you completely identify with this mask, when you forget that it is just a role. You begin to believe you are the persona. Think for a moment. How many times have you said yes when your entire being screamed no just to be accepted? How many times have you hidden what you truly thought or felt out of a deep-seated fear of judgment? At some point, the persona ceases to be a functional tool and begins to dominate your entire existence. You are no longer an authentic individual, but a character playing a part you didn't even consciously choose. And here lies the problem. The persona cannot sustain your soul. It can bring you social acceptance, but not fulfillment. It can earn you compliments, but not genuine happiness. In the long run, living solely through the persona leads to an empty, hollow life, haunted by the feeling that something essential is missing. If the persona is the polished mask you wear to be accepted, then what lies on the other side? To answer this, we must turn our gaze toward what has been repressed, rejected, and pushed into the dark corners of our mind. Jung called this hidden realm the shadow. It is in confronting the shadow that the true quest for yourself begins. But be warned, what is hidden there is not always easy to face. The shadow is the psychic vault where you store everything about yourself that you deem unacceptable. It contains the prohibited desires, the contained rage, the weaknesses you refuse to admit, and the traumas you have tried to forget. But here is the crucial insight. Many things lurking in your shadow are not inherently bad or evil. They are simply parts of you that, at some point, someone told you were wrong. Perhaps your natural curiosity was labeled as being nosy, so you learned to be quiet. Perhaps your righteous anger was called impolite, so you learned to swallow your frustrations until they festered. Perhaps your profound sensitivity was dismissed as weakness, so you built walls of stoicism to hide your feelings. All of these denied parts of you did not disappear. They simply went into hiding in your shadow, waiting for a moment to erupt. And they do erupt. If you've ever had a disproportionate outburst of anger that you later regretted, felt a burning envy towards someone's success while pretending to be happy for them, or found yourself irrationally irritated by a minor criticism, you have experienced your shadow taking control. When we don't consciously engage with it, it projects itself onto the world. We begin to see the flaws we hate in ourselves and everyone around us. The truth that no one tells you is this: your shadow is not your enemy. It is a source of immense energy, creativity, and authenticity. Your true strength lies buried there. You cannot be whole until you integrate this vital part of yourself. This journey of integration, of bringing together the persona and the shadow to reveal what lies beneath, is what Jung called individuation. The goal is to discover the self, or the true self. The self is not the mask you wear, nor is it the darkness you hide. It is the totality of your psyche, the harmonious fusion of your conscious and unconscious, the light and the dark. The self is the center and circumference of your entire being. Jung believed the very purpose of life was not to achieve perfection or to follow a predefined path, but to become whole, to live according to your true, unique essence. But finding the self is not a passive process. It requires an active, courageous journey inward. It means confronting everything you have been taught to hide. The greatest obstacle is fear. Fear of losing the identity you've so carefully built. Fear of realizing your choices weren't your own. Fear of what you might find in the darkness. But beyond that fear lies a freedom you've never known. As you begin this process, you will encounter the archetypes, the universal patterns that reside in the collective unconscious of all humanity. These are the primordial images and themes of the hero, who seeks transformation, the sage, who seeks knowledge, the rebel, who challenges the system, and the caregiver, who lives to protect. These archetypes operate within you, influencing your life without your awareness. Individuation involves recognizing which archetypes dominate your life and integrating those that have been neglected. Understanding which archetypes are active in your life is a crucial step. If you're ready to explore these hidden forces further, make sure you subscribe to our channel Beyond the Mind, where we continue this journey of discovery together. But what happens if you ignore this call? What becomes of someone who refuses to look within, who lives imprisoned in their persona and haunted by their shadow? The answer is psychological suffering. Non-individuation leads to a fragmented existence filled with anxiety, frustration, and an emptiness that no external success can fill. It manifests as repeating the same mistakes, getting into the same destructive relationships, and sabotaging your own happiness. It is the monotonous routine of a life without purpose, a sense of merely existing, not truly living. It is the bitterness and resentment that build when you deny your own soul. Finding your true self is not a destination. It is a lifelong process of discovery and reconstruction. It is the courage to let go of comfortable illusions and face your own wholeness. This is what it means to be truly free. It means abandoning the role of a puppet and becoming the author of your own story. So I ask you, are you ready for this challenge? Are you willing to question the stories you've been told about who you are, to confront the parts of yourself you have repressed, and to finally live according to your true essence? Let me know in the comments. What part of this journey impacted you the most? What mask have you been wearing, and what might be hiding in your shadow? This discovery is just beginning.